y'all, it's Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl. And over here I like to focus on all things vinyl, sublimation, and screen printing. I don't focus on perfection because without mistakes, how else are you supposed to learn anything? I have over 15 years of professional experience, if you want to call it that. So you might see things done a little bit differently over here than what you're used to seeing them. I also am dealing with a lot of health issues, which is why my posting schedule is really all over the place. So if you want to make sure you see my videos, you want to make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure your notification bells are turned on and interact with my content, like, comment, dislike if you don't like it. It really helps me out. But I think we might be on to the right track about getting everything figured out. Fingers crossed. So hopefully things might be getting back to normal soon. Hopefully, prayers, whatever you do, hopefully we'll get this figured out. I also am extremely honest about affiliate links and when products are sent to me. So if that sounds like something you're into, you might want to stick around and think about joining the Cuttin Corners family. If not, you might want to buzz on because my honeybees have a real sting to them. So, today, as you can tell from the title of today's video, we are going to be testing out one of my possibly favorite new products. I've definitely really been enjoying it, and if it continues to go like this, I can definitely say that it is up there, and that is the Thermoflex ColorUp. We are testing it out with some of specialty materials, other vinyls. Now, as you know, I can be a little biased when it comes to specialty. I've used them for a very long time, and I have tested, to a great extent, a lot of vinyls. And specialty holds a place in my heart. I've done extensive testing, comparing them with other vinyls, and nothing compares, at least in my humble opinion. And whenever they sent me out the ColorUp, because they did send me out the Printable, I have fallen in love with it. Not because it's from specialty, but because the product itself is so unique. Because what sets the ColorUp apart, and this is it on a shirt, is what it does. Now, I have a video whenever I first started testing it. What is so unique about the ColorUp is it not only, you can print on it at home, but you can print on it with your inkjet, you can print on it with your laser jet, you can draw on it with water-based anything. So that's markers, paint, which I'll link the video up here in the cards over my initial testing. I did a video with it using the alcohol inks, which is what is on this shirt. So you can see, and this has already been washed, so you can see how much dimension that you can get off this. I mean, these are absolutely stunning with the alcohol inks. So you don't even have to have a printer to use this. You don't even have to have a cutter. You can cut it out by hand. So this is a very unique product. So I have been really putting it to the test. Washing it, drying it, using it all different kinds of ways, testing it with different paints and pigments and inks and things like that. So for today's video, I'm mixing it with some specialty materials, other vinyls, because I want to know how permanent I can make this. Because, whenever it came out, it wasn't supposed to be super permanent. Now, I've gotten a lot of washes out of these so far, but I want to know how permanent I can make it. So, what I did is I tested it, like this one is, with the Thermoflex Turbo. So we're going to see how it lasts with that, or how it adhered with this. Now this one has been washed a few times. Now I'm going to continue washing it. I will have another video that is a full-on wash test just so you know, which will include quite a few washes, with the Glitterflex Ultra, which is this one. And this is on a, I'm not holding this straight at all. This is on a comfort color. This is another one of the alcohol inks. Look at that, how pretty beautiful. Holding it at a distance, you really can't see the dimension. And I will link the alcohol ink, the video up in the top as well. And then this one is with the Thermoflex Plus, and this has the frosty clear over the top of it. So we're going to see how that helps set it in. And this one actually has been bleached as well, because I wash this. Sometimes I have neurological issues. I don't always think. I wash this with this. Now, if you've never washed a comfort color with a white shirt, you don't know how bad it can be. Comfort colors bleed really, really bad. Comfort colors bleed really, really bad. So comfort colors will change the color of everything. So I dyed everything pink. So I bleached this, and it still has a slight pink tint to it. But as you can see, it did not change the color of the vinyl. That is still pure white. But it did bleach the white shirt, or it did change the color of the white shirt, but I was able to get that back to white. So we're gonna see how it goes and how long it lasts with sealing it all the way in, because the edges of all of this are sealed with the Thermoflex Plus around the frosty clear. So if you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. Now, all of these files are on my Patreon page if you're interested in using the same files that I did. But give me a moment while I change the camera angle and watch how this is done. Today we're going to be testing out using the Thermoflex ColorUp with different types of HTV by specialty material. Now, I love mixing together different types of HTV, but also another reason I wanted to do this was to see if we could increase the longevity of the ColorUp by almost sealing in the edges of it with different types of HTV. I have really been enjoying using the ColorUp. You'll see that during the weeding process that on certain parts it kind of sticks when I'm weeding it, and that is not the ColorUp's fault. I used a Liquitex mixing medium with some of my pigments to give it some dimension, and whenever I went to cut it, it didn't cut all the way through and it was a little bit thick. So that is why it stuck a little bit, but it is gorgeous. Now, if you're wanting to see the tutorial on this, I will link that video up in the cards, and the products I used for that alcohol ink tutorial to make this absolutely stunning vinyl is linked in my Amazon cart. I loved making that. And the ColorUp Printable, because it's a printable material, but you can use it in so many ways, has quickly become something that I absolutely love with it. Now, the material color that I am using with this is the Thermoflex Plus Forest Green. I did stick this on a cotton canvas bag. Now, I will say this, it does not, the ColorUp does not like, but neither does the Thermoflex Plus. It doesn't like the materials that are not pre-shrunk whenever it is tumble dried. Now, but nothing really does that's stuck on like that. It just doesn't adhere the best. Now, I did use the 320 degree temperature for both materials, 15 seconds, and I did tumble dry it. It is not recommended to do like a high heat. Now, I did, but I like to try to break things. I want to see what's going to happen. Now, again, this is the same vinyl from the alcohol ink tutorial because I made several pieces because I was having so much fun. I did use the Thermoflex Turbo with this one. I used the metallic lavender and the berry. I did the 15 seconds at 320 for the ColorUp, and then I did the 270 at 5 seconds for the Turbo. You'll see I accidentally pulled up my outline on that a little bit. And whenever I go to stick this, you will see I did have some struggle with this. I forgot on all of these pieces when I went to apply it to use my trick. So it's not my best lining up job, but you know, sometimes even I forget to do the things that I have been preaching about. And even when I did this, I didn't weed all of my pieces. I don't know why I didn't. I was struggling with my eyesight on this day. And all of the pieces have since been washed several times. They look great, just in case you're wondering. And they look really, really good. They've been washed, I think, 3 or 4, maybe 5 times at this point. I don't always do the washing in my house. So I have kids, they help do stuff like that. So I don't always know exactly how many times they've been washed, but they have been washed several times. But doesn't that look pretty? And once it's on the shirt, you'll see. And this is applied on a very thin shirt. So just in case you're wondering, that is applied on like a Walmart thin ladies cut shirt. So it is a very, 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 very thin, very, very thin shirt. Very thin. And it has definitely held up, which was shocking because I do try to test out different materials. And it has definitely held up well. And that is something, again, that I try to test to see how it's going to go. And so my outline didn't go over it the way that I want to. And that one didn't line up as well as I wanted to, again, because it got stretched. It was not going to fit properly. As you can see, I had to kind of keep going around to see how it was going to do. But that's what it looks like applied. This one was another one that had the pigment. But this one I used the Gorilla, and I had my camera angle off. This one had the Gorilla Mod Podge Dishwasher Safe. So I will say that if you're wanting to mix pigments in on that, the Gorilla Mod Podge Dishwasher Safe works better. And on this one, I put Frosty Clear over the top of it, and this is Thermoflex Black, Thermoflex plus black with it. So I think that that might be a great way to go for the entire thing. And maybe next time when I do the Frosty Clear, like I might go even a little bit bigger, kind of seal over the whole thing, if that makes sense. Now, as you can see, the transfer tape did pick up some of the pigment, which I did expect. I mean, it's not going to leave every single piece behind. Betsy here. But I didn't want to forget to mention the ColorUp giveaway. And to enter in to win one of the 5 ColorUp prize packs, all that you have to do is tag me in specialty materials with your favorite craft that you've created, and be a legal resident of the continental United States, 18 years or older, and enter in by August the 2nd at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will choose 5 random winners. It's pretty simple. And then we have, last but certainly not least, this one is the one I did with the Glitterflex Ultra. And I really do love how this one came out. And this one I did on a comfort color shirt. And I do really like this. Now, I will say this about using alcohol inks. It did not, the white pigment in alcohol inks, it did not like the transfer tape. That was one color that did not stay down very well whenever I went to lift off the transfer tape after it was heated. For some reason, that was something that didn't like to stay. compared to all the other colors. Everything else went into the vinyl. The white did not, like, at all. But look how gorgeous that came out. Isn't that pretty? But the ink stayed once it just pulled off a lot of the white pigment. But hopefully you like this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell. But I guess that's it, and we will see y'all in the next one.